Hello and welcome back, most illustrious members of the Detail, new and old. I'm D. On the internet, I go by DKRO, and today we are serving Cult. I hope you enjoy. Just before we get into it, a big thank you to everyone who, new and old, who's joining the community in leaps and bounds. We are growing. I appreciate so much the people who stick with me through both Snap and now Magic content. I appreciate so much the people who've just joined and given already really good insight. I'm so glad to have you here. I appreciate it so much. Additionally, I picked a really good time to get into Penny Dreadful back into it by accident because I've been sitting at this screen in Marvel Snap for an hour and 2 minutes now. So I'm going to record this and see if my game ever comes back. I can't even log out and log back in. It's just frozen. It won't let me play. So the idea of this deck, I've actually told this story back when I was just doing Snap content. I told this story, but this is very reminiscent of like my favorite modern deck I ever got to play, which was an Asmo Oni-Cult Anvil deck. And it was right before Nuka Penna came out, and I told the story in regards to opportunity cost, because something underdog was coming out in Nuka Penna. You could blitz him from your graveyard, and he would fit really well in this deck. And I had a friend who was like, D, you gotta find a spot for this card. It's so good in that deck. And I'm like, dude, there's no room. I found this one. I feel the same way, because I realize Cauldron Familiar and Cookbook are both legal in this format, as well as like Unlucky Witness, and I'd love to find spots for them. I think the deck would just be fundamentally different though, so we're not doing that today, but it will probably be the next deck that I play. So all that being said, this deck functionally revolves around Oni-Cult Anvil. It's an artifact from Kamigawa, which is how you pronounce that. Whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 construct creature. Triggers only once per turn. So once per turn on your turn. That's quite a lot of restrictions. You get a 1/1 in exchange for just sacrificing an artifact. It can be to this effect, which can let you tap to sack an artifact and deal 1 to each opponent and gain 1 life in exchange. Or it can be to anything else. Arcbound Ravager, you know, Shrapnel Blast. We got all kinds of stuff. So Arcbound Ravager is the classic 2 mana. It's a 0/0, but it enters with a 1/1 counter on it. And you can sack an artifact to put another 1/1 counter on it. And when it dies, it puts all those counters on another creature. Actually, is modular another creature, or is it another artifact creature? I'm not 100% sure. I don't play with modular, but we're going to find out. We have Shrapnel Blast as our main form of interaction. Just deal 5 damage to any target at instant speed in exchange for an artifact. So you have to sack an artifact to do that. And then most of our deck is 1 cost. So we'll start at the bottom. We already know what Astrolabe does from the last deck, but if you don't, it just lets us smuggle 1 color of mana into another in exchange for being a snow mana cost, and it draws us a card when it enters. So it's an ideal target because it resets itself. It's an artifact. You know, it replenishes your hand by 1 when you play it. And we only have 2 colors in this deck, but we can actually utilize a 3rd color in fairly niche situations. We'll get to that. Then we've got Scrabbling Claws, 1 mana artifact, tap. Target player exiles a card from their graveyard, so they get to pick. But pay 1 and sack it, exile a card from their graveyard, and then draw a card. So you get the second ability, you get to pick what you exile. So if you need to target something, but if you just play a Claws early on, you keep tapping it every turn to just keep their graveyard empty, you're happy. Mishra's Research Desk, a new addition. I say new. Again, I haven't played in about a year, other than the last video, so it's new to me, but I guess it's not that new at this point. 1 mana artifact, pay 1, sack it. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, choose 1 that you can play until the end of your next turn. The other one stays in exile, and then for 1 in a red, you can do it again. So it costs you functionally 1 in a red, and then another 1. So 3 mana the second time, but only kind of 1 mana the first time. Very good card. Very cool. Ravenous Squirrel, a favorite. Oh my god, one of my favorite cards. 1 mana can pay with either black or green. Whenever you sack an artifact or creature, put a 1/1 counter on Ravenous Squirrel, and then pay 3 1 black-green, sack an artifact or creature, gain a life, draw a card. So this is the one way in which we can actually utilize green mana, which we can only make through Astrolabe. We have no green sources in our mana base, but through Astrolabe, all things are possible. Experimental Synthesizer, we'll just start doing it up here. I ain't scrolling. I ain't doing all that. Synthesizer is a single red for an artifact that when it enters or leaves, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of turn, you can play that card. So that's only this turn. Research Desk is the end of next turn, so you get a full sort of rotation of untapping. This one you have to be a little more careful with. You know, if you play your land, you have to be careful to like play this before your land drop. If you want to try to hit a land, you have to be careful about the amount of mana you're leaving up. Although this deck does cap out at 2, so if you have 3 mana and you play Synthesizer, you can play anything that you you get off Synthesizer, which is really cool to me. And then for 3, you can sack it to create a 2/2 token with Vigilance. Activate only as a sorcery, so only on your turn when the stack is empty. When you activate it, you will also get that ability because it left. It entered or left the battlefield. So you just get value for days out of this if you play your cards right. Chain Lightning, just our basic interaction piece. Our deck specific interaction is, in addition to Shrapnel Blast, is Executioner's Capsule, single black mana, and then you can pay 1 and a black, sack the capsule, destroy a non-black creature. So it's just an artifact that works as a Doomblade, which is just cool. It's just neat. I just think it's neat. It will also trigger Oni-Cult. It can also be sacked to Arcbound Ravager. You're seeing, right, all the built-in synergies of this deck. Such a cool design. And then finally, our sort of other win con is Disciple of the Vault. 1 mana human cleric. And it's a 1/1, and whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, so it's not your graveyard, it's either graveyard, but it must be from the battlefield, you may have target opponent lose 1 life. So it could just go off, right? If you resolve a Disciple and you start sacking everything to Arcbound Ravager, sometimes your opponent's just like, oh no, I was at 10 and now I'm dead. Yeah, it's really cool. So that's it. This, sideboard. Okay. We have Lost Legacy. It just, you pay 3, choose a non-artifact, non-land card name, and then you search your opponents everywhere, graveyard, hand, library, and exile any number of them, and they get to draw a card for each card you exile from their hand. The point is, if your opponent has, like, a card that just wins them the game, this is the way you counter it, right? If they are trying to Lab Maniac you, and they don't have another way to win besides Lab Maniac, you go Lost Legacy naming Lab Maniac, and they go, okay, well, I lose. Sudden Edict, 1 in a black, instant, target player sacks a creature, and it has split second, which means, I guess I never explained sort of, in Snap it's called priority. There's speeds of cards, so we said sorcery is like on your own turn when the stack is empty. Instant means on either player's turn, and split second means instant, but your opponent can't respond to it except with mana abilities or other split second instants. So this is like, this gets around your opponent being able to create a new target to sacrifice at instant speed, which is cool. It's very niche. It doesn't come up very often, but it's worth keeping in mind. And then we got our classic Duress from our last deck. They just reveal their hand and you choose a non-creature, non-land. Against the Oops All Spells decks, against combo decks, you can just slow them down enough with Duress. Yeah, cool. Curse of Shaken Faith. You enchant a player for 1 in a red. Anytime they cast a second spell, anytime they cast more than their first spell in a turn, or copy any spell, they take 2. So we lost to a Storm deck in our last video at one point, and this would have stopped that, because anytime they try to do Storm stuff, they're taking 2 for their troubles. Actually, that might have been corrupted video. I might not have included that. I forget. I played like 15 games, and only something like 3 or 4 of them were usable, so apologies. I'm going to try to get this whole run in this video. We have 2 more Scrabbling Claws, just in case we need the Graveyard Hate. I think this might be a little loose. I might change this up in my next iteration of this deck. And then Luris. If you don't know, there's a mechanic called Companion. The reason this is outlined in blue is because we have the deck building requirements to be able to use Lurrus. At the beginning of the game, we're going to reveal Lurrus, and we can add them to our hand by paying 3 mana at any point at sorcery speed, one time, right, from the sideboard to the hand. In exchange, we have to only have permanent cards with mana value 2 or less. So the only thing that's not 2 or less is Lost Legacy, but that is not a permanent. It does not stay on the battlefield. Finally, it's a 3/2 with lifelink, and once during each of your turns, you may cast a permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. So everything in here is 2 or less. We can literally cast any card, permanent card. So we can't chain lightning out of the yard, but being able to just get back like an Arcbound Ravager, an Oni-Cult Anvil, it's just gonna win you games. So that's it. I am super excited to play this deck. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you at the outro. Alright, editing room D here. I'm going to talk over my sideboarding. So this is round 1. It went really long. Both of us ended up with less than a minute on our clock, and I won game 1 and my opponent won game 2. They are Master of Death value, right? So blue-black. Master of Death is a 3 mana 3/1. When it enters, surveil 2, and on your upkeep, if it's in your graveyard, you can pay 1 to return it to your hand. So they're trying to lock us out with a Forbid that they can constantly buy back by pitching the Master of Death. And game 1, we just get there through some Arcbound Ravager, and game 2, they get there by getting us into the Forbid lock. So we're going into game 3, but the first 2 games took so long, and I want this video to not be 2 hours. So if it happens like this where we end up in a game 3, I'm probably just going to give you a quick recap and then let us jump into it and see how it goes. Okay, enjoy. But I think we didn't cast Lurrus. I think we didn't. It wouldn't have mattered. They had the Forbid. They had Forbid. They weren't letting us cast a Lurrus. But I think there might have been a turn where we actually could have resolved Lurrus. Oh no. I'm going to look so bad on this recording. This is my first game. Be gentle. Alright. Yes, we would like to be on the play. Yes, we'd like to reveal our companion. And maybe we'll even actually use it this time. We'll keep this. We'll get started real fast. We're out. We are launching out the gates on this one. Bong. Let's go. I think it's going to be Mountain into Arcbound Ravager, and then we can follow up with Synthesizer turn 3. Damn. All right. We're good. We're happy. Everything's fine. Let's go. Let's see how many answers they got. We got questions, so they got answers. Now, I think the only bad hit off Synthesizer would be another. Oh well, we need a red mana source. Like, we need to draw a red mana source so that we're safe on all hits for Synthesizer. That's not a red mana source. Okay, so we are going to, instead of that, we're gonna fish for another source of mana. We got the red source. That's what we were looking for. We'll play it. We will play Scrabbling Claws. We'll hit them with a Scrabble. They get to Bloodchief's Thirst us next turn. Maybe. They might just go for the Treasure Cruise. Right, it's any. Yeah, any instant or sorcery. So they might. We'll see what they do. I'm 50-50 on the Blood Chiefs versus the Treasure Cruise. Well, I'm not happy with either of them. Not completely happy. We both started with just an absolute explosion here. Kind of wish we had seen the Scrabbling Claws like just slightly earlier. We'd have it up to. Yeah, they're okay. So they're going for the interaction. Probably a safe bet by them. Yeah, you got it. That's tough. But we do have the synthesizer now, which is what we're fishing for the second red so that we're safe no matter what with the synthesizer. Did they not hit a third land? That might be the out we need. They hit the third land, but it's tapped. All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We start with the synthesizer. We'll take it. Just a squirrel. Just a squirrel in the world. We got a pretty, you know, we got a pretty okay setup with the Scrabbling Claws going on. We should have Scrabbled. I can't. No. They would have done it in response. That's fine. All right. All right. Oh, we Scrabble now. Wait. I would like to Scrabble you. How do I... Oh, no. This is I mean, as soon as they do anything, we just respond with a Scrabble. Okay. I don't want you casting that again. Thank you. Very upset. Very angry. Alright. 1, 2, 3. We still have the swamp we can play if we hit something that we want. Okay. So we will start with that, actually. I couldn't play the Disciple first. Yes, I would like to play the Astrolabe. Oh. Sure. Yes, sorry. That makes that. That's on me. Okay, I would like to play the Astrolabe now. Thank you. I couldn't start with the Disciple because I might have needed both of these things. You understand. You're smart people. You understand. While Disciple would have given me, like, a damage. I also don't want to use the Disciple yet. I don't want to play it out. I want them to go slightly more shields down. And then just see what I can do with one big turn. But they're not doing anything. Alright. Well. We'll start with an attack, I think. We'll start with an attack. See what they do. Just take it, probably. Do they interact with this? No. Okay. So then we will try to Disciple. They might interact with this. They don't. Then we'll do that. Disciple triggers. This also again, like, it gives us the ability to cast anything from our deck, right? Because all we... Oh. Always yes. Save targets. Op. Yes. We hit the Oni-Cult, which is kind of what we were fishing for. Let's see. I mean, I assume they have some kind of relevant interaction that they've just been holding this whole time. But it is what it is, and we got to make moves. We're down to 4 minutes on the clock. I don't know how they got so far ahead on time. They're at 7.5. Okay. I was even hassling them very slightly over time constraints. All right, they're paying some costs. Is it forbid buying it back by... Okay, pitching 2 lands. All right, that's good. So they didn't have a Master of Death. That's, like, very good for us. We're going to do this now. Okay, so now they're going to pay the costs and exile to Murderous Cut. We kind of saw that coming. I suppose... Am I supposed to exile in response to the Forbid? So that they didn't have enough mana for that? Probably. Huh. Interesting. Interesting thoughts. Let's just shoot another Mishra's shot. Yeah. Fuck it, we ball. Let's do this. They don't go for the... Oh, because they can't buy back Forbid. Maybe that's why they're not doing it. Go to combat. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Play out our land. I mean, if they're gonna, like, I'm trying to put them in a position where they're priced into Forbid without buyback, and I think this does it, because I really want the Shrapnel Blast to close this game out before they can draw back into it. Yep. Because that's kind of what I'm worried about, is like, while their graveyard isn't exactly stacked, they're not far from a Treasure Cruise if they don't already have it. And Shrapnel representing 6 damage with the Disciple on field is pretty good. Okay. Let's do this. Let's, how do I add it? Oh, no. Oh, I have to click it from here, don't I? Pay 3. 1, 2, 3. I would like to go like that. And then that. 1, 2, 3. And then pay that for, oh, let's actually make that a black for a Disciple. Alright. That puts us back in it. Although Languish is now exceptionally bad for us. Oh no. But they didn't have the Forbid. They did not have Forbid. I think they're searching for a Languish here. Let's check Marvel Snap. Okay, still in the same game. Still waiting for it to disconnect me so I can play that game. That would be sweet. See if that happens. It won't. Alright, they're pondering. They took a while for that ponder, which makes me think it wasn't Languish. Like, I feel like they would snap the Languish off. Does this do it? Like, what do we cast this turn? Do we cast Arcbound out of our yard? Or Oni-Cult? Or another Disciple, maybe. Oh, did they find a land and a Languish? Oh no, it looks like it. That would be so bad. Oh, they're not tapping that 4th land. Do we have a chance? Do we have the tiniest of chances? Yeah, okay. That's all right. I guess we're gonna make them exile something now. I don't know how relevant that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they only have 5 with the everything. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe like 15. I think we got it. All right, so we go attacking first. Attack with everything. I think this does it. We go Claws. Scrabbling Claws. We sacrifice to exile something. Always yes? Always yes? Yeah, that's got to do it, right? 5. And then take 5. Oh my god. Good game, opponent. Down to a minute on the clock. Let's go. Alright, welcome to game 2. It's been 48 hours. I could only... We're going to keep this. Opponents on the play. They tanked a little bit. I assume they've just been waiting for a game for a long time, so they weren't, like, sitting at their computer. Or, like, with this tab open. Yeah, I had a very short window I could play in yesterday, and... there was maintenance, so I'm probably gonna be a little rusty this game, but I just love making excuses before we even start, so that when I do lose, it's not my fault. That's what I'm getting at. Don't be mad at me for losing. All right, we're gonna go just like that. Maybe this was kind of a loose keep. I saw the synthesizer in the red, like have both colors of mana, have a synthesizer. Don't know what my opponent's doing. That's 2 fetch lands. I wonder. Huh. I'm interested. All right. Let's synthesize, baby. Let's see if we just hit a land that we can play. Not that we're like jonesing for a land. Oh my god. Never punished. That was greedy, but we'll take it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Getting that Disciple out. Alright, we got green-white over there. Okay, enchantments cost 1 less, so they're Constellation something, probably. Huh. We probably have to just bolt that. Right? We can't let them, like... We can't let them just sit with that. That does limit what we can do the rest of the turn, but... I don't think I can let them just sit with cost reducer out. We'll probably start next turn by cracking this. Yep. Other enchantments have Shroud. That is, we don't interact favorably with that. Okay. Let's start by cracking the synthesizer, I think. No. You know what? Let's start by playing a synthesizer. Yeah, we'll play that. We'll absolutely play that. Let's also crack it, because we get until next turn, and I want to see what we're working with here. Always yes. Save targets. Trying to get better about that. I think we need another mountain. We'll play it. We'll crack in. And we can't chain lightning at instant speed, so we'll Scrabbling Claws and just hit them. We learned from our last game to claw early. I don't think they're doing delve stuff over there, but just in case, we were like holding up claws and, you know, trying to be cutesy with it. Exile target creature that's attacking you or a plant. Okay. They don't have mana to activate it, but that is neat tech. Alright, I think we can start this turn with cracking a synthesizer and seeing what we get. We want to leave up a red, because we have another black, so if we hit Oni-Cult Anvil... Okay, cool. Yep. Take a damage, make a deuter. We'll play that as our land. And we'll go cracking in. Bong. Because they don't have the white mana to Soul Snare it. This, isn't the best against us, the Soul Snare. But I don't know if we can keep attacking with Disciple, because this is like kind of our only way to win right now. Alright. Okay. They did leave white up this time. 5, so 12, 14, 17. Oh, wait, hang on. Did we win? I think we actually might just win. Let's see if they have interaction. But even if they do, I think we might win. Sack that. Yeah. They don't seem to have interaction. Oh, maybe they do. We already played our land? Yeah. Okay, we already played our land. Sack that. Right? And then we'll go to combat. And I think they're gonna hit the Disciple with the Soul Snare, and then we'll Chain Lightning them for the win. That's the plan anyway. Yep, they go for the perfect. And then they go down to 3. And then we add red. And we bolt them. Sweet. Okay. What do we do here? I have no idea what that deck is, what it's doing. We're just gonna run it back. It worked once. Perhaps it will work again. Gotta remember that Luris. In fact, let's just keep that up. Same deal. We'll keep this. I like the Ravagers. I don't know if I like going Synthesizer turn 1. But alright, we'll go Capsule turn 1. Let's do that. Yeah. Because we can just sack it to Ravager on a following turn. And maybe, maybe we just capsule something on this turn. Who knows? Sweet. Alright, so it's like Bant Enchantress, right? I mean, we kind of knew that already. I don't know if they're... Alright, that's... Oh, actually, that's not the worst. If we get 2 Ravagers online, that isn't the worst thing that's ever happened. So we're gonna speedrun our Ravagers. Because specifically we want to be able to sack and move counters around if they try to Soul Snare one of them. We really don't want to see a second Soul. Okay. We also didn't really want to see that, but it is what it is. Alright. Let's start with a Synthesizer. See if we hit a red source. Ah, we didn't want to see that. Oh well. Alright. Go attacking. I don't know that there's any way for them to produce white mana at instant speed or anything. But just in case they had a way to interact, I wanted to have the second Ravager. Like, if they're tapped out anyway, it doesn't much matter. Oh, you know what? We could have double risked it and sacked the Synthesizer to see if we hit a red land. I wonder if that would have been better. Let's see if we draw red mana here and we just messed up. That's something to keep in mind. We could have done that. I think that's fairly greedy, but I mean, it was already fairly greedy. All right, no Shroud. Okay, destroy target. Oh no, that's fine. Totally fine. All right, we wouldn't have hit the land. Very important to note. Let's start by sacking that artifact. See if it gets the... It doesn't. Okay. Okay, we're waiting for that to resolve. Always yield. Yes, you can do that. Okay, play that. Play our land. And then we have been kind of starved for red mana these games. We're going to do that. We don't want them to have that cost reduction. And now, unfortunately, if we swing in, they can get both of our Ravagers. So I think we're going to do that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go for it. They're gonna Soul Snare one. Okay, so they're doing that. We will activate this and sack that. And then there's Soul Snare targeting that. We will sacrifice it. Yes, sack it to its own ability. Yep. Alright. So we got the 2 counters on the squirrel in exchange for not terribly much, but I think it was our best play. Like, they always had the ability to do both. That was just, they just had a lot of removal. Seal of Cleansing's really good against us. Oh, that's really good too. That's another reason we just had to get rid of the Herald of the Pantheon, because we couldn't have them just storming off. Though, you know, they're doing a pretty good job of it regardless. Sure, exile something. Be gone, Thought. Alright. I don't think they have any reanimation. Alright, let's start with that and go to combat. They don't do anything? Alright, we're going to add Lurrus to hand. Alright, at least we remembered Lurrus was here. That does give us an out, though they're about to draw a quintillion cards. Yeah. Sterling Grove might even be able to search for, like, a combo enchantment. I'm not thinking we won this, if we're being honest. I don't think we won. Okay, search for an enchantment, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Let's see what they got. Let us see what they got. Sphere of Safety. Where X is the number of enchantment. Okay, it's not great. It doesn't totally shut us down, because we do have the Shrapnel Blasts type, like we have those outs of just, like, blasts, chain lightnings, but it's not looking great. And with that being said, I kind of think we're priced in to just, like... this is tough. I'm thinking we just sack everything here, right? Like, pay 1... I guess, you know, do that. And then also... Yeah, come on. Exile a card. Alright. Exile another one. Because pretty soon we're going to be completely unable to attack them. So I think we got to make this turn as big of an attack as we can, which is just going to involve doing all this. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, like, unless they can gain a bit of life here, we are not in the worst spot. A red mana might even just win it for us. There's the sphere of safety. Yep. All right. Let's, well, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, like, it's pretty unlikely. Yeah, so, oh, actually, does red mana even do it? I don't think it does, right? So, we will play the research desk. Do we sack it with the ability to reanimate it and then shrapnel blast it at them? Yes, we do. Because if we hit a red source, we just go double chain lightning and kill them. Come on. Oh, my lord. Oh, that's rough. We'll take the synthesizer, but I don't know if we play it. Yeah, we play it. It gives us the shrapnel blast. All right, cool. Glad we played it. If they have life gain, we're still not out of this, but that was the mana fixing we needed. But not the mana fixing we deserved to be able to just double chain lightning them and win. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, you have hexproof. That's not good. I think that wins it for him. Yep, we had a very small window there that I think has just closed on us. Because that's going to have Shroud. Oh, no, they had to sack the... Oh, do they have another Sterling Grove? Okay, that does it. You win on that. Okay. I target player, so we can't even get rid of it via that. Let's bring in the duresses. I think we need the duress. The duressi. Duressies. The capsules are pretty bad, I think. And the scrabbling claws were pretty bad. Alright. Submit. Ooh! Sick. Alright, we will go first. Yes, thank you. I would like to reveal my companion. Thank you. Let's keep it. We got the redraw. We got 2 Oni-Cult Anvils. And now we got the Ravager. I mean, doesn't get that much better. I think we might be able to get in before they can... Oh, my lord. Alright, so with that being the case, I think... Let's try to pull an answer out of their hand. Oh, they got double D sphere. Oh, lord. Okay. We gotta take one of the detention spheres, I think. Yeah, we gotta. And then we'll Mishra's desk and then pass. They are loaded up on removal. There's so much enchantment-based removal. I did not realize this. Alright, so let's start with one Oni-Cult, because I think it's less bad if they do something to this. And because of how our hand looks, I don't think we're going to need the Astrolabe. In general, we're only going to be drawing a single sort of black pip per turn from here on. Although maybe it is. No. I'm going to get rid of the Astrolabe. This is dangerous, but I mean, oh, they're going to play another one, aren't they? They played out a wooded bastion as well. All right. It's not... It was a pretty good start, but it has gotten worse. Oh, they don't have blue. Huh. They don't have blue. That's good to know. But they do have a Seal of Cleansing, which is worse. I hadn't realized that, or I might have taken Idyllic Tutor. That's fine. That is also kind of what we wanted, was them going after the Oni-Cult Anvil, because now our Ravager or our other Anvil, or probably both, can resolve. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. We'll start by sacking the token, making another one, pinging, and then we're good. What do they got? No blue? Still no blue, maybe? Is it possible? It's more likely than you think. Yeah? Alright. They're tutoring. What is it? Sphere? It's gotta be Sphere of Safety, right? Oh no, it's gonna be something that makes blue mana. Yeah, Abundant Growth. Ugh. Rough. Don't like that. Don't like that. Huh. They're down to 3 in hand. We have... Yeah, okay. Because we were gonna sack and make this a 3/3. Kill one, and then... Yeah, alright. They didn't go for it. We got the redraw. We will sacrifice this. Do we want another Oni-Cult? Maybe. That might be... exile target, non-land permanent, not named, and all other permanents with the same name. Okay. So, if we go... No, we go Oni-Cult. We do. And we do it for this reason. If they try to target one of the anvils, we'll sack it to Ravager, and we'll get to keep the other anvil because of it. And in the meantime, we're just gonna smuggle this in, and then sacrifice... Oh, we could just sack a construct token. Always yes. Save targets. And then sack it again. Alright. I mean, that's a clock, right? That's a clock. So now if they go for the D-Sphere on one of the Oni-Cults, we will sack that one to Ravager in order to keep the other Oni-Cult Anvil. Ugh. Okay. All right. They're down to 2 in hand. We know one of them. I'm going to bet they're tapping that one for blue. Yep. Yep. Okay. It enters. They did go for it. Alright, so sack an artifact. It'll be that Oni-Cult Anvil. Alright, I mean, we read their play. And that's all we can hope for. Is to sometimes get a read on our opponent. And gain an advantage for it. Let's start with a research desk. Yep. Alright, cool. So we got 2 lands out of the way, which, big fan of. Kind of wish we got some action there, but we got 2 lands out of the way. This can make, for 4 mana, trample and haste, where X the number. So one of their lands can become a 3/3 until the end of turn. That's fine. Do you think they put, like, everything in front of Arcbound Ravager? They might. If they do that, can I actually keep it? 2, 3, 4, 5? Not really. It's probably not worth. Probably not worth. Oh, we can get rid of that. Yeah, we'll just sack another construct to make another construct and deal 2 to our opponent. And then, oh, we can actually remember to add that to our hand. And we already played our land. All right. Neato. If we can dodge their thing that gives them card draw, we're doing okay. But we can't dodge it is the thing. And we're not doing okay. You gotta pretend you're okay and you're not. Oof. Alright, hopefully that last card in their hand is a land. And hopefully they just keep drawing them. Just draw lands forever, please. Please and thank you. I mean, we're doing okay with this, right? 1, 2, 3. Please. We'll get 1 Oni-Cult back. And we'll start the process all over again. Oh, cancel. Don't do that yet. Let's make a green mana and play the squirrel. And then start this process. Sack. Hell yeah. Big fan. Big fan of all that. And sack again. Next turn we'll start sacking like astrolabes and stuff. Again, we're at this crossroads. Do we sack enough? No, we don't. Alright. We're gonna go 1 more turn without attacking. The thing is, their cost reduction isn't doing much for them. Maybe it is. It is kind of doing a lot for them, isn't it? Maybe we do crack in and try to get them to make... Oh, no. They can make a 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, no, they can't. They can't make a 4/4 and also block with it. Huh. You know what? Because we can just cast it again from the yard off Luris, I think we actually do go to attack with that. Because we have the option to do all kinds of, like, sack. Perhaps even sack one of the anvils. This isn't an easy attack or an easy block for my opponent to make. I actually don't know if it's accurate to do this or not, but it is what I'm going for. Alright. I think that's what I wanted. And I do want them in that order. You can keep the Destiny Spinner. And then we will activate that ability to do that. Yep. Oh, yep. Like that. And we'll activate it one more time. We'll actually do it with the Oni-Cult Anvil. I know that seems kind of loose. Like, I understand that, but we can get these things back. And I want there to be the construct on the field to be able to eat all these modulars. Okay. And do they have any effects? Looks like they might, which wouldn't be great for us. Oh no, we're happy. All right. Awesome. Yes, please. Thank you. All right. I mean, that's a fairly formidable little army we built out of nowhere. And the fact that they don't have the cost reduction, even though they have the draw now, the double cost reduction was definitely going to kill us. And we really needed that off the field. Okay. Which, they're just casting that as a 1/4 flyer? Right? Oh no, they wished for a sphere from their sideboard. Okay. Does that... Let's see what we draw. That might kill them. So if we recast Oni-Cult and then sack it to itself, dealing 1, that's 13. If we swing in 5, 10, 11, because I kind of think they block the Laros. And if they do... Alright, so you know what? Alright, we start with Astro... No, yeah, this is accurate. This is what we do. We play that. Then we go to combat. No. What am I talking about? D. Shut the fuck up. Sack an artifact. You sack yourself. Yes. We stack it like that. Now they have to block this. And we get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 through. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because they have to block that. And then we ping them for the win. Yeah. Accurate. Okay. No 1 mana interaction, please and thank you. I would much prefer you not be able to interact at instant speed for 1 mana. I appreciate that very much. Bolt. Awesome. Good game, opponent. Hey, editing room D here once again. So, just in the lab, and so round 4, my opponent just got mana screwed really bad. 2 games in a row, they were playing elves. We interacted with their Birds of Paradise, and they ended up just not having another land for 2 games. So I'm just cutting that. Like, it's not interesting to watch. We're going into round 5 now, and we are going into a 1-1 scenario. My opponent is on Soulherder, the 4/4 for 6 that has delve, and it gains all of the keywords that it delves. Game 1, they just get one that has double strike, lifelink, flying, whatever, and we lose. Game 2, we lost legacy them on turn 3, picking Soulherder, choosing Soulherder, and we end up with 3 Scrabbling Claws on field, so they never have a graveyard, and they don't have their win con, but it ends up taking a really long time for us to actually win, because they just keep interacting with our cards. They just keep Blood Chiefs thirsting and stuff. So we're going to go right to game 3, and just let me know if this works for you, or if you prefer... Like, I see this video is already going to be over an hour. If you prefer, like, that I leave in these kind of dirtily games, like, let me know. But I found it kind of uninteresting upon rewatching, so I didn't really want to just leave it in. It was like a kind of boring, that's the tech, we have our tech, and we won because of it, and that's all just sort of, like, exactly what we needed. So, all right, enjoy. If it's stupid but it works, it's not stupid. Submit deck and Lost Legacy them and try not to time out because we only have 5 minutes. All right. The final game. Let's keep a turn 1 Scrabbling Claws. I literally do not know if this is correct, but they mulligan to 6. So, like, I don't know. We're just doing the dang thing. We're gonna try to keep him out of a graveyard again. Let's see how it goes. We're down to 5.5 minutes. I don't know if I can win in 5.5 minutes, which would suck to lose that way in my last game. All right. They mulled to just 6. Yeah, they mulled to 6. Okay. Yep. Cool. We'll start with a Scrabbling Claws. Cool. Go. Speed run. God damn it. I don't care, MetaHuman Animator. Good, looks good. Exile it. Alright. Draw your last pathetic card, Yugi. Oh, they didn't hit a land. Alright, we might win in time. That's very good for us. We will make... Doesn't matter. Black, we'll say. Use 1 for that. Use 1 for that. Go. All right. They are digging for that land. Oh, no. They didn't hit it. Op, I'm so sorry. All right, we start with a synthesizer. We will play our land. We will play the Astrolabe. We will play it, yes. Yep. Draw a card. And we will play a desk. And then we'll go swinging. And then... between the Disciple and the Ravager next turn and them just kind of being baked on resources, I think we might have it. Oh no, they had an answer. Okay, that's fine. And they played a land. All right, also fine. Totally fine. We are still, I think, in the clear. Exile that. First of all, thank you. And then make black. 1 Disciple and 1 Ravager. All right. Next turn we go 2nd Disciple, probably Shrapnel Blast to get it started, and then just see what we can do. Oh, that might be it. Oh no, if it's Blood Chiefs, they're still in it. But if it's Ponder, I think we're in the clear if they just Ponder here. Right? Every sacrifice is worth 2. 3. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Ah, all right. Flew too close to the sun. Choose an opponent. Yeah, that one. Always yield. Please. Thank you. Okay. We will do another disciple play. Sack that. Always yes. Save target. Always no. Always yield. Why do I have to hit yes? Oh my god. I'm running out of time. Synthesizer. Play it. Cool. What do we hit? Ah, that's bad for us. Alright. Swing. God, I'm playing so sloppy. I only have 2.5 minutes. I hate this. Yep. I don't want them to cast the Thirst if they have another of those, so I want to do that now, I think. Oh no, they hit Zatalpa. If they just go black, black, and exile those 4, they win. Which is exactly what they did. Oh, that's so fucking unfortunate. Alright, Sudden Edict? I think it's Sudden Edict or Bust. Always yes? Please? Alright, yes. Another research desk. Yep. Our last shot. It's not a Sudden Edict. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll play it. Did we already play a land? We did play a land. Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. We get another chance next turn, right? So right now... No, undo. Undo. Okay. Yeah, you got it. We got one more chance. They get nothing off this. Because even if they cast something now, we'll just Scrabble it when they go to target. Unless they can cast 2 things right now. Alright, they don't even go for it. Good. That's what we like to see. Oh, we can play that this turn. Alright, cool. They don't... It doesn't have lifelink, right? It doesn't have lifelink. Has vigilance. Has everything someone might want, but it does not have lifelink. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll make them exile a card now. Cool. Alright. Yeah, we're good. So, we'll start by playing that land. We will play a research desk. Unearth it. Pay 1. Ugh. Alright. Oni-Cult Anvil. We have 1. Oh no, they can just counter. They can hard counter it. Okay. That's still kind of fine. Is that fine? That might not be fine. We will do that. Yep. Okay. We might just lose anyway, but they only technically have 11. All right, so we might have one more turn. We're not going to block. They can cycle. That's fine. That's fine. Like, yeah. No blocks. Yep. Go to damage. Get rid of that. Nine. Okay. Untap. We go research desk. Unearth. Sack it. Sudden edict. They won. I would have won that. I would have won had I played a little faster. No hard feelings. A 4-1, perfectly acceptable result. I'm going to treat myself. I'm counting that as a 5-0. We had that last game. It's unfortunate we ran out of time. I'm still learning how to fast track. I know there's like buttons you can click to like abscond, like give priority to your opponent for the whole turn. I really need to get in the habit of using those. And just like learning the shortcuts. But honestly, even like 1 extra minute and we had it. Literally, we had to just cast the 2 edicts and that was it. Like we won. We straight up won. So no hard feelings. I'm counting it. I feel good about myself. The numbers don't matter. The results matter. And the results are very, very clearly a 5-0 regardless of what it looks like on my account. So we're going to switch to the outro, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, everyone here who has donated either their time, their money, or both to either myself individually or queer organizations in general. Those people help. They help the queer community, and they help me, and that's all. And I'm part of the queer community, so it's all great. The people aforementioned are the Tiny Ruby, A Frog in a Tent, Clips, Crayon Eater, Cole D, Polyhaze, Sartorius, Demisi, and KD. Those people have helped out tremendously. I thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.